Muhammad. Thursday, July 16, the day after. Boy. Keeping up with the World Cup that I am boycotting, but I watched the well-anticipated game. And there was so much hype about the British and England, the English team. My goodness, this is the first time when the English team never played in a final since '66. Talk about over 60 years, 60 years ago. So, but this was different team, Young, Balgaman, Kane. Oh, that's going to get the Argentina for uh, about time. I'm going to get those. And of course, the Argentinian, they've been playing and blowing their games. It wasn't easy. Those 4 or 5 games they played, it was not easy at all. All games were behind and coming from behind and messy magic and VARs and overtime. Most of their goals, the scored in the last 10 minutes or overtime. So they were just, uh, struggling and um, and keeping the spirit, playing for Messi, all of them. So you get that the greatest player in the world to give him another chance to win another World Cup. They won the one in Qatar 4 years ago, and here is one of the few country they might win World Cup consecutively. The only country did that before, Brazil. I think 58 and 62, something like that. Uh, but here we go. All the hypes and all the pundits and all the analysts. Oh, this is nice. Bellingham he is something else. The handsome man, the personality, the one who talks, the one who you know, jokes around. He's becoming the darling of England and British and everybody coming and coming home, coming home. What's coming home? Nobody, nothing. Steve Nicol, one of the analysts, said the only thing coming home are the players, and so they did. I mean, I went to watch the game at an Argentinian restaurant, Dali, whatever, De La Salle, here in Minnetonka, Glenwood area. My goodness, I thought it's a very small place. I thought there would be like a few people sitting there, and it was just, my goodness, I went there. I'm in Egypt. There was about 200 people inside the place, which didn't take more than 50. And big television, and everybody's dressing, wearing a Messi's shirt and singing. And the game was in Spanish, and people speaking Spanish. Everybody started speaking Spanish. I looked Spanish. My wife said I did. And everybody expected me to understand or action and cheer. And I went there and I sat down and start watching the game. It was everybody and cheering and it was just the most amazing things. I've been boycotting the World Cup for a while. I only watched to rant about it, analyze it. But this is a whole. Even before the game, I was there, and people coming and going and drinking and eating, and and it was just something I've never seen before. I mean, I've seen this in cafes in Egypt and other countries, but was something, and I really enjoyed every second of it. And then, I mean, and then when the British scored, in, I think 55th minute, the place went silence. You can hear uh, the pin drops. There is about 200 people in a very small place. Nothing. It's like somebody pulled the plug. And slowly and slowly they coming back and start cheering, and then when the Argentina scored and tied the game, oh my goodness, the roof was almost flying up, and the win over time, and that was something. And this is really what the football culture is. This is what people they understand the game. The people who play the game from Latin America or Africa, whatever, from Africa or Middle East, those players, they played in the street away from clubs, and they're not overcoached, and they play the instincts, street smart football. They make decisions instantly. They cannot coach that. But those British team, they came all from clubs, and they all sponsor. Everybody's a brand and gonna sponsor an advertisement and try to keep his brand intact. This guy's about power. This guy's about personality. This guy's handsome and attractive. You have to keep that, put that your brand. That's your brand equity, and you have to keep it so you can sponsor advertisement later on. Those people play from Latin America, whatever other player, they are not worried about that branding. They're worrying about playing soccer and enjoying it, and and kind of there are thousands of different scenarios when you play the game. You cannot put this on a playlist like uh, how the British play or the American teams in some extent. It's like American football. It has to be a playlist. He do this and he do that and he do this. And that's what Tuchel did with the British team. After they score, he just took everybody behind the ball, have about six defender and six midfield, and they were been down like 20 yards. They couldn't do anything. They just were afraid. Were afraid Argentina would score. They were not interested in getting another goal or another score, and like what the Spanish team did with the French. Control the game by possession. I mean, those people, mother sport, mother football, that's overcoached and technical and all of that. They are just working on counterattack. They cannot keep the ball. The player are not used to keeping the ball. They just kick and run, kick and run. Keeping the ball and possessioning. This is something alien for this European and North European and American soccer. When you have a industrial productive society or culture, you need to produce. You need to be running with the boot. You need to you need to get the ball. You just need to run. You need to produce. You need to run. And Messi doesn't run. He wins by walking around. I know there is a managerial style called managing by walking around. That's what Messi does. You hardly see him running. He walks around, and then at the right moment, make the right decision, right move, right cross, and then you have a game. You have a smart, clever, unpredictable, but those kick and run culture, and they are kind of drilled in private clubs and coaching since you were 2 years old. They have a private coach, and they go to private clinics and a private ball and a private psychology and a private analyst and a private set piece kick and a private. Everything has a coach. Everything has a plan. Everything has a pattern, predictable. And the Argentina player, they don't know any of this. They just play feeling. It's about feeling. It's about playing the game and enjoying it. And of course, you can add the layer of politics on Falkland Island You can see some of the Argentinian player having a sign said, Argentina, the Falkland Malvinas belong uh, to Argentina, and the British media is up to arm. Why would you worry about an island that's 15, 20,000 miles away from you? And even the liberal, even you see that some of their British comments will protect him. Everybody have to decide. This is whatever election. Well, what do you worry about election and what the people on Ireland that you brought home in there and invaded it? What they think? What's election? I mean, these people mother state and democracy and all this crap. They think election it's like God given, election, marketplace, invisible hand. It's like religion. They think they're secular, separation by religion and state, and those are the civilized, liberal, democratic, Western, rational, and they still very irrational. So, election. The election is bullshit, and a politician, even you can vote all you want, but once the money buy whoever you elected, and you only elect the choice is Pepsi or Coke, and Republican or Republican light. So what are the choices do you have? Biden or Trump? Kamala Harris or Trump? So what are they? The choices. So it is really more than a game. It was beautiful to watch it, and to watch it with the Argentinian players. And one of the people who were there at the restaurant said, when he knew I from Egypt, so sorry about last game. So don't be sorry. I'm fine with that. And I tried to explain to him why am I fine with this. I said even if Egypt won, Sisi would have stayed 2 more terms. So that's fine. I mean, I didn't know that we have that many Argentinian here in the Twin City or in Minnetonka, West Side area, because I'm assuming there is a lot of other venues there where people can watch the game. But this was something I know. This is an Argentinian deli or restaurant, and it was an amazing. It really was amazing. That's how the game should be watch and enjoy it with other people, even if you don't understand the language, or even the broadcaster doesn't understand the language. I mean, they don't understand what he's saying, but he can feel it. He can feel it. And the guy just mentioned the names. You know, Messi, Mourinho, Martinez, Harry Kane, Belgium, whatever. He just mentioned the name, but you see what's going on. He doesn't have to explain things and give you statistics and how much that player worth and what team he's playing here in the Premier League. Just just focus on the game. Just let people go. And then when somebody scores, you just go. Everybody now becoming a universal sound. And he said it even when the British scored. He's a Spanish guy, passionate about the Spanish teams, but goal is goal. Doesn't matter who scored it, and that's the beauty of the game. But you see those British announce, and he keep explaining and justifying and complaining and complaining about coaching and complaining about they let him in, they let the Argentina in, the door was left ajar from the coach. No, the, England did not lose because of the coach. Players lose the game. They feel it. They think it. If the coach told you to stay out and stay away, and you don't go forward, and you feel like you should really do it. If you are a good player, you don't listen to the coach and look at the notes. And I don't think the Argentina coach told us Argentina player to do anything. You just do your things. Feel it. Why Messi played on the right instead of the center? You have about 10 people in the front of you in the middle. See, Messi's, on the right. It start feeling comfortable receiving the ball and does his things. And does crossing, left foot, right foot. And so the British were defeated from the right wing, and which Messi doing the things different. He doesn't do that. He's not a winger who's crossing and all of that. He's passing through and dribble and breaks through, with genius. But he plays like any other player. I mean, you don't have to be genius to be on the right with a lot of space and you make a cross. But this guy, the best player, played the game, accepted that's how you help your team. You just play as a right winger and use your right weaker foot. But Bellingham, it's like, and he go and taunting Messi. You don't know what Messi is and what he does in Barcelona. Have you heard of Casemiro and Ramos and all this Real Madrid's player that try to taunt him and try to get him whatever, and you know what he when how he get revenge and how he humiliated Real Madrid many times and make him look like average stars, superstars, make them look like average. And you go in because you are a media darling now. Everybody talking about you, your girlfriends, or whatever, and sponsoring ads, and you're gonna do this with Messi, and you smile, with your Hollywood teeth, and you smile. This is what focus group tells you. That's how you hunt. That's how you show confidence. Smile, show your teeth. It's all programmed. It's nothing natural. It's nothing really genuine, authentic. It's all fake. It's all script. And so it's all about natural. It's all about smaller town coming to the city and show him and teach him a lesson. And that's what Spanish team does, and that's what Barcelona does to Real Madrid. That's what the Spanish team did to the French. It's about those people come and they're not programmed, they're not tamed, they are not utilized by clinics and technology. They just still honest and they still play the beautiful game as it was meant to be. And that's what Argentina did with the British. And I'm sure everybody's talking about bringing politics and why the Argentine players holding a sign says Falkland Island or Malvina is Argentinian now, and I think a lot of patriotic English fan and a lot of English player wouldn't mind giving the Falkland Island back to Argentina if they just let him win once. Okay, that's all the rant I have for the day. Please subscribe, share, become a member, and help. The price of a coffee a month would help a lot, and we'll see you next rant.